So, I was just scrolling through my YouTube fucking recommendations one day, and I saw probably the single worst fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Celebrities getting naked to convince people to vote. And as soon as I saw this, I was just like, what? Why? What is the point in this? So, today we are actually going to be going through this video and seeing, well, rather, I'm going to be making you witness just how bad it is. Because screw you guys, that's why.
I'm naked.
Okay, but why though?
I'm completely butt-ass naked.
Okay, you know what? If I, saw anyone... Okay, if I was a cop and I just saw someone sitting in their fucking car naked on the side of the road, or even in their fucking driveway, I would have a fucking SWAT team in that house within the hour.
I'm naked.
Oh... boy. Oh...
I'm naked.
How many fucking naked people are there?
There isn't a man behind me. These are my hands.
You know what? This actually isn't bad. She's got some really nice looking boobs. The problem is, though, I really can't enjoy it with the amount of weird fucking celebrity politics that go on. Plus Sarah Silverman's pedophile tweets from 2009. You know, in a really weird way, I almost actually feel kind of bad that I can't enjoy a pair of D-cups just because of the celebrity politics that go on behind the scenes, but as soon as you read any of the Twitter timelines of these guys, it just completely ruins your mental image of them. Yeah, then again, though, in complete fairness, I don't really have much of a physical image of them either, at least not in a positive light. Because this fucking guy literally looks like a combination of Neil Druckmann and The Quartering. Like, I legitimately can't get that out of my head now, and it's so fucking funny to me.
Why you want me to be naked?
This is the only good part of the video.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Ruffalo, put your clothes on.
Actually, you're close, but I would also add that you need therapy.
To be honest, I wish I could cover my hands with my boobs, but here we are.
Yeah, honestly, lady, your boobs look fine, but what the hell does that even mean? How would they cover your hands? What?
I'm here to talk to you about voting.
Okay, genuinely, who even fucking cares about this election anymore? Like, I have tried to find actual genuine interest in voting, but I just really can't find it anywhere. Like, the actual two candidates right now are almost exactly the same. Like, to the point where I even once told a friend of mine on Discord that this isn't even a race between a Republican and a Democrat. Biden and Trump is literally just a race between two Republicans. So I find no reason to even find this election important in the fucking slightest, let alone, you know, actually imperative to vote. And you especially don't need to get fucking naked and wave your cock in front of my screen just to actually tell me that I need to go out and vote. Bitch, that's not going to make me want to do it. That's going to make me want to actively do it less.
Did you know that ballots could be naked?
First of all, I can absolutely 101% fucking guarantee you that's not what that's supposed to mean. And second of all, you getting naked in front of my screen is not going to fucking bring George Floyd back like a fucking Dragon Ball episode. Like, I hate to tell you, but this has absolutely no chance of convincing literally anyone to vote. If anything, they're just going to vote against you now that I think about it. In 20 years from now, historians are going to look back on this and wonder why mandatory psychotherapy wasn't a requirement to be a professional Hollywood actor.
And if you don't do exactly what I tell you, your ballot could get thrown out.
You know what? I don't care how unconstitutional it is. If election officials just, threw away any ballots that came from Hollywood, I would not mind that a single bit. And shit, I doubt the ACLU would either.
This is my ballot, just got it.
I will just ask one thing and one thing only. What the actual fuck is wrong with you? This has to constitute as some form of elder abuse, because if I convinced my grandmother to do something like this, she's now dead, by the way, but if I had convinced her to do this ever at any point just for the sake of voting for someone, like, oh no, I'm gonna go into the fucking bathroom and, take a picture of her on the toilet and then tell people to vote. That is the equivalent of what's happening here. Why would you do something like this? Because first of all, I didn't even know Sarah Silverman had a dad, let alone the fact that he was still fucking alive. It's probably so old that he doesn't even remember his name, that you're asking him to do a video where he gets naked to convince people to vote in the US election. What the actual shit? You know, people will claim all day and night that both Trump and Biden have thrown out any form of decency from the actual presidential campaign, which, keep in mind, I don't even entirely disagree with. These are two of the most unprofessional, idiotic candidates we have ever had. But if you're going to turn around and do this shit after claiming that a US election needs more professionalism, you are an absolute fucking twat and the world's biggest hypocrite.
First of all, when your ballot comes, you're supposed to read the instructions.
Fucking ingenious advice there, dude. Nobody would have ever thought of that.
Read and follow the instructions that come with your ballot.
This may be the most revolutionary thing I have ever verbally witnessed. This man's intellect is on a new level.
If they say to use a black pen, use a black pen.
I know that's like literally the least sexy thing a completely naked person could say, but...
Dude, you're not supposed to be trying to be sexy, you're supposed to be trying to convince me to vote. And for further notice, neither of them are working.
But I have crumb like can of Pepsi. Is problem?
The mere existence of Hollywood is a problem.
Number 2.
You know, now that I think about it, in a nutshell, a giant poop joke is actually what this entire election is. I feel you, guy from Parks and Recreation.
In some states like Pennsylvania.
You know, if you were gonna ask any Avengers actor to do this kind of video, you could have went with Scarlett Johansson. And you know what? I don't care how flat her ass is. I would take Brie Larson over this shit any day.
Pennsylvania.
There are 2 envelopes you have to stuff your ballot in, otherwise it's called a naked ballot.
Again, you are taking this way too literally.
Naked ballots. And you don't want to have one of those.
I don't want to have a ballot at all by this point.
Number 3, mail your ballot in as soon as you can.
First of all, dude, even if I did vote, which I may or may not at this point, my vote wouldn't matter anyway because my state is solid red. So yeah, I have no idea why you're trying to make this into some giant gargantuan fucking deal. Like, you live in California, your vote isn't going to matter there anyway, it's going blue. Hollywood is like 95%, 96% Democrat? So what exactly will happen if I don't vote though? Like, am I going to get fucking shot? Like, what is the actual consequence of not voting? Like, is the worst thing that happens just some guy that you don't like getting into office? Like, is there going to be some fucking right-wing death squad coming after me if I don't bother to vote? Like, what's the actual consequence of not voting? Why are you making me do this? What actual endgame is there for any of this? You have not explained any of this to me yet.
Don't sit on them. Get those things out ASAP.
Like, now. Do it!
Get it in as soon as you can.
I gotta get my ballot to the motherfucking post office. Let's go!
Please vote!
Yeah, not to repeat over ground that I already covered earlier, but this entire thing is completely fucking pointless. Also, I don't want to come off like an asshole here. Well, then again, I'm coming off like an asshole this entire video, but I really, really don't want to come off like a gigantic asshole here by saying this. Some people should just not vote. You are some of those people. The forceful injection of Hollywood drama into American politics has fucking completely killed my interest in actual political discourse.
Take your clothes off and vote.
I will do absolutely no such thing, and especially not in front of you.
Everyone's voice matters in this election.
Unfortunately, yeah.
America needs you.
You know what? No complaints here. Big tits are essentially a part of American culture. So yeah, that's actually the last part of the video. That was the worst fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. I have nothing else to really say other than that. In conclusion, get ratioed by Rayman.
Sax bomb? Sax bomb. You're a sax bomb. And you can give it to me when I need to come along. Sax bomb. Sax bomb.
Actually, you know what? I'll walk that back just a bit. I don't need to ratio anyone with Rayman. Everyone else already did that for me. So yeah, until next time, I guess.